Today we're at the Stanford Museum and Nature Center at the Spring Sprockets and Pulleys exhibition by Steve Gerberich. I'm sure you're wondering what type of person creates these mechanical wonders. And here he is. Steve, thank you so much for letting us come and check out the exhibition with you today. It's incredible.
Well, thanks. I'm pretty happy with this show at the Stanford Museum. It represents about 13 years of my life. And yeah, it looks great here.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Now, I know that you were born in Iowa, I was reading, a fellow Midwesterner. And were you a collector as a child? Because there's so many pieces in all of these sculptures.
It does run in the, it's a hereditary thing that my grandparents have always collected, yeah, or blessing, whatever. But I own more objects than anybody I know, and everything's categorized, and it all comes in later, comes in important later.
Sure, and you must be a master organizer, because I'm sure you have to be able to put your fingers on whatever element you're...
Yeah, I think I am pretty well organized, and that's part of the process, is being able to find something or have something existing and use the existing materials.
So Steve, I see you have a great large photograph here at the exhibition that shows your studio. Can you tell us a little bit about where you create all these whimsical sculptures?
I'm in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I pretty much totally work unassisted. I do it all myself, and it's fairly organized, and I've got my collection of plastic things on the left. On the right, I've got my rusty pulleys from Iowa, motors, transmissions. And I work in the front third of the space. The middle third is more storage. And the photograph, which is taken from an 8x10 photograph, which is pretty amazing, the quality of today's technology is just from no negative. But this whole photo mural was taken before I loaded the show out of the studio. So right now it's very empty. But at the same time, we had this white patch through the whole studio, and we needed to fill in the whole image. So with my photography friend and I, in the training and such, I had found these crows, these black crows.
Yeah, I didn't think they were your pets. I was trying to figure out. So Steve, I love the pieces in this room. Can you tell me if there's a unifying theme?
I sure can. What's so really nice about doing these museum installations is they give you a license to do whatever you want. So what I've simply done is recreated this museum into a barn.
Great idea. So all your animals are in here.
Exactly. I grew up on like a 10-acre farm in Iowa. So by looking at machinery, I've studied them intuitively, and looking at carnival mechanisms and all of that. It's all like come together, and that's how I've applied it to my artwork. So in this thing, we've got a cow driven from an exercise bicycle that I've motorized, and I thought, what goes up and down like that? And it automatically came. I thought, udders on a cow. That would be pretty.
That's great.
That would be pretty cause and effect. Okay, well, this piece is called the Flying Geese.
Oh, that's great.
I started and built this piece back in 1989.
Yeah, right. 1989. Okay.
And I was slowly moving my studio from Broome Street to Soho, one suitcase at a time, and I've always been a collector of suitcases. And one day I was like cleaning all the debris out. I had like springs and buttons and everything. And I just realized, you know, this is so surreal. I'll just make this thing fly.
Oh, that's great.
So I built the goose body around it. And
now, how does it work? Are there other...
Well, part of the thing is participation, where if you could get on the wind side of the thing, we'll aviate it.
First time I've got one of these things in a while. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a good old Schwinn.
Okay, how fast do you want me to go?
Well, just until the sea of poppies starts to fluctuate.
This is fun. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That looks great.
Oh, yeah.
So that's part of it. The other part is actually physically making the geese fly. So let me just show you.
Oh, that's Steve, this has been such a treat seeing the exhibition today, and it's not quite over because I noticed this piece over here called the twosome. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Well, as a kid, I was a golfer, and in golf, you know, there's either twosomes, threesomes, or foursomes. And this just kind of shows the whole frustration of being in a sand trap. This whole figure has been sandblasted, actually, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of golf tees and a gallon of glue representing the green, and this puttering golfer over here is missing the point.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, I know you've been doing this for a while now, so how many years?
Actually, this is about half the work I've built in the past 13 years.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, this is the best it's looked, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
Well, and we are thrilled to have had a chance to talk to you today. today. This was such a treat.
Oh.
And continued good luck with the traveling
Thank you.
exhibition.
Thank you.